Hello, and welcome to I Can't Say It Day 243. Ooh, what's so significant about that number? 7 to the third power. Yes, I am one of those math people that just, when they hear a certain number, they just recognize it and, go with it. I also need to change this so that it adds 31, because what I do is I've been adding 212, which is the number of days through July 31st, to the number of days in August to get the count of the YouTube program I Can't Say It. In the background is a bootleg recording of U2 doing the song Bad. I figure if YouTube is blocking certain content, I thought I would take this one opportunity to see if their computer algorithms recognize the song and block it in whatever countries. So I just thought I would see what would happen. Just sort of an experiment. I really am not intending to break any rules or anything, but it's just, you just got this curiosity. And if the video is banned everywhere, the video is banned everywhere, and I'll just have to record a new video altogether. And that's just the way it is, and I'm perfectly okay if the video gets deleted because it has a bootleg recording of U2 singing Bad. And I think it's in Washington, D.C., 92 or 93. I have to actually go look at it to confirm. So it is now Friday, the weekend, the long weekend is upon us. In the United States, we have Labor Day off. Well, I don't know what the scale looked like because I didn't weigh myself this morning. I usually weigh myself before showering. But as I told you yesterday, I rode my bike home, so I rode my bike in to work today. And it was a longer ride than usual. I did stop at one point to read a trail sign. It's when you're riding in the morning, your legs aren't necessarily warmed up. And so you just take it slow and easy. Only 5 or 6 personal achievements, so I didn't do, as well as I have done in the past. And that is okay. Honestly, that's why you have regular days where you just do okay, as a reminder that some days you do better, some days you do worse, some days you do just fine. So just take them all, say, hey, let's think about it. I felt comfortable while doing the rides. I didn't see any interesting animals, so I was a little disappointed by that. No flat tires. Let's see. I did get third best time on MacArthur Boulevard, so I was happy with that. And the fact that I actually got to ride my bike. And I dropped my son off at school. And he had a good day. So, if he had a good day because of the early morning, that's like the 10-minute bicycle ride, then great. Who cares if my time was 1:22? The day before, my time home was 1:11, so I was stoked about that. So honestly, don't ever let, ordinary performance get you down if you're if you're trying to perform better and you don't, that's okay. I really do love this song. In fact, we saw U2 this year when they performed at the SAP Center, and the show was so loud and they did all their current songs, so that it was a show more for the hardcore fans of U2. Cause I just finished the tour, the Joshua Tree tour, where they performed the entire album. I've never been sure about bands doing the entire album. Depends on whether the entire album holds up. I can't really imagine Led Zeppelin doing an entire album tour. I will admit that the best concert that I've ever been to, and I still think it's probably one or two, was Green Day at the Warfield, and they had released American Idiot, and they performed American Idiot in its entirety, and it is awesome. I have a bootleg of it somewhere, And so I listened to it every once in a while. It was just a phenomenal show. It was 3.5 hours, plus the opening act. It was just one of those memories that just sits with you. I have a t-shirt for it that I didn't buy that day. I had debated whether to stand in line to buy the t-shirt or to get to the BART station. And what do you know? I got to the BART station and it was the last train to Millbrae. The concert had gone on that long that BART, because it starts in, actually, where does it start? I think it started in Pittsburgh at the time, or no, Concord. So that line goes from Concord down into Millbrae. Might be Pittsburgh. Anyway, so the last train, leaves Concord at a certain time, and it hit the station that I was at, and that was the last train to get to Millbrae. It was months, maybe even years later, that I found the t-shirt that I was going to buy on eBay. So I have the t-shirt that I wanted, paid less for it because they're extras. Who knows, maybe it's even a bootleg t-shirt, who knows, who cares? But I have the t-shirt that I wanted to buy and didn't because I rushed to the BART train to catch the last train. And so if you ever do get a chance, I want to say October 2005, I think is when the show took place. But yeah, Green Day live at the Warfield, the whole first part is them doing American Idiot, beginning to end, and then it's like another 2.5 hours of their greatest hits. So, great show. Where was I going with this? Full albums, Joshua Tree tour. So they were doing the show at the SAP for, the hardcore fans. I'm happy to say that I saw them in 2005. A co-worker by the name of Niall had an extra ticket, and I was like, oh, you too? Sure, I'll go see them. Because I was going to go see them in Salt Lake City the following month, but I was like, sure, I'll see it now. And it was a great show. He wanted to leave early, or after, the first encore, but I was like, I kind of want to stay. So we heard the first encore was All Because of You, then Fast Cars, so he was happy he got to hear that song, and then they closed the show with this song, Bad. And I am so happy that I got to hear it at least once live. If you do go to YouTube, you can find audio of that Oakland show, which was November 9th, 2005. You can find the audio for the show before, which was November 8th, which I listened to today. And I have to tell you that people seem to say that the first show was a lot harder, and then the second show was better. The first show, if you look at the set list, it was great that they mixed it up. They had 5 songs from Achtung Baby, but the next day they only had 1 song from Achtung Baby. So I kind of wanted to hear the Achtung Baby, but the show I was at, on the whole, was just much better performance. Give both shows a listen and compare. But it was great that U2 was mixing it up. They were mixing up their set list, because this tour that they're doing now that we just saw, and they started up in Berlin last night, they're not mixing up the set list at all. It's like the same 18 songs are about the same, and then they mix up the rest. In the past, they used to be a little bit more flexible with their shows. But I am happy to say that I've seen them 3 times now, and that show that I saw them in November 2005 was fantastic. I have a copy of the Salt Lake City show from 2005, but it was the end of their tour, and you could just tell that they were tired because they weren't rising to the level of enthusiasm of the band. And I don't know what it is about the Mormons, but when they were at that show, they were so freaking loud. They were so into the concert. It was just crazy. I'm just sitting there. I'm just listening to them sing along and just watching Bono and going, wow, he just seems tired. That's another one of my favorite concert moments. Anyway, as you can tell, the song Bad is now over, and now it sounds like they're doing Sunday Bloody Sunday. We all know that song from the video, which they released back in '84, and that was most people's first exposure to YouTube. And that crazy video at Red Rocks. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Well, I'm going to finish this video here with you. I will report back on my weight tomorrow because I'll weigh myself in the morning, get an idea of where I am so for Monday's weigh-in. Alright, so with that, I'm going to wish you all a pleasant evening, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.